Hi and welcome back to another video of JPlay. Today should be a rather short one as I'm simply unboxing Galactic Era, which was kindly provided to me as a review copy by the designer Channing Jones here, so really appreciate that. And interestingly enough, I believe when I did my playthrough of Council of Shadows, where the game was really mopping the floor with me, a faithful viewer basically made me aware of this game and said, hey, this is a game you should try, comes with a cool solo mode and whatnot. And literally really 2-3 weeks after that, Channing contacted me. Not sure if that's really a coincidence. If not, then thanks for making the designer aware. If it was a coincidence, I take it. Today, in respect to the unboxing, is a little bit different because at least I was able to get into the rules. And the cool part about this game is it comes in a German and an English version of the components, at least of the rules as far as I know. But again, we will find out in the unboxing here today. So I think let's open that. I think here's another little subtitle here. Will you lead the galaxy to darkness or light? And that's already referring to a pretty clever mechanic in this game, quite honestly. But I think maybe I will come to that a little bit later. Yeah, and here we are already immediately greeted with the rules for the solo mode, solo variante. That's the German version of the rules. Of course, there is also the English version of the rules, the solo variant. This is the English rules, basic rules, basically pretty heavy stuff actually. So a lot of things are in here. But yeah, a lot of examples and little tables and whatnot. And then yeah, we have these nicely done background books here. Really cool, so you get basically some idea around the lore of this whole game here. We have some morality, some technology, basically the so-called star people, so basically the civilizations that you get to play in this game. It's really nicely done, also both in German and in English. I do appreciate that. Then yeah, there is some construction to be done in respect to those I think these are the fleet counters you're using. So yeah, unfortunately that's something that you have to do, but again, ultimately not the end of the world, but maybe I will cover that. That's basically for your fleets. And that's also very cool. So you have either fleets or you have individual ships and you can exchange. Yeah, pretty cool stuff. Then, yeah, this is basically the first punch boards. These things, I believe, are the story or so. So we have 4 in the game, and each time you play that, you can pick a different one, or you choose randomly. So we have the Galactic Rivalry, Galactic Wars, and they give you, let's say, slightly different things that you will score points in each of the given turns here. And again, we have basically a light, we have a dark, and another light era in the galaxy. And depending on which side you are, if you are basically an evil character, then you will most likely score a lot of points here. Whereas if you are basically a good player, then you will score here. And yes, you have chances to switch sides throughout the game. So something that you can really game here. I really like that. These are, I believe, the alien artifact tokens here. Yeah, proof of purchase. Where have we seen that before? The galactic goals up here. These are, as far as I know, basically you kind of end of game goals, which you can also bring out randomly. So give you another way on how you have to play this game. And also in respect to these things here, depending on what it is you are choosing, you are going for a more competitive or more competitive game, or you can also more plan to play let's play peaceful, because we will not score a lot of points by taking over foreign worlds, for example. Up here, these are the planets or the star systems, where you can then later on you can inhabit those, or you can take them over, you can conquer them, all kind of crazy stuff. Some more tokens. These are some fleet tokens, as far as I know. These are some planning tokens in respect to which technology it is you are going to research any given round. Here we have your, I think these are growth tiles, and the growth tiles determine what actions you're going to take throughout a growth phase, and you do that basically at the end of each round. First you have some actions, and you go into the growth phase, where you then really yeah, developing your civilization. We have some more of those galactic goals here. Let's keep going. That's pretty much more of the same, but also more galactic goals. So there are really quite a lot of those. So replayability seems pretty nicely done in this game. So these are all the player colors here. I think you can play this up to 5, oh, up to 6 even, exactly, up to 6, my bad. And then we already come to the so-called star people. These are the civilizations that you get to play in this game. We have the Orion Republic, and it seems this is now... Oh, that's some Yetis. No, these are German and English, of course. I see that now. So we have Yois and we have the Yois. I'm not sure what the reference here is. Pretty sure you get it. Then we're already coming to somewhat of the solo mode, because this piece here, the Slavers of Board Power, this belongs to the, one of the factions that you play against in a solo game. You play against 2 factions. I think one is really heavily fighting you, that these are the Slavers, and the other ones are, I don't know, I already forgot those, but we will come to those. But these are the Slavers, and I think is this the... I don't know. We will come to that. But yeah, a lot of these star people are here, and they also come... Oh, let me take out the English one. Maybe we can zoom in a little bit. And they also come two-sided. And you do that because, again, you can choose a dark or a light side when you play the game. When you start the game and you choose your... star people, your civilization, that is, you get to choose if you are service to others. So these are the peaceful sides. This is the light side of things. They come with some rules. They tell you what you have to do, how you can colonize, how you can ally, what you can't do. So for example, for peaceful side of this side, it's very tough to declare war against another civilization, for example. And you also can't take over, let's call it pre-warp civilizations. So basically that's our prime directive here. We are not taking over those roles. But you can always do, no, we are go to the other side. So now we are a bad gorilla, it seems. And now we are a service to self. We are now on the dark side, which makes a lot of things much easier. We can declare war left and right, however we see fit. But yeah, also comes a little bit with a price. So some actions are more expensive. You need more ships, for example. Again, you will only score 1/3 of the game compared to the light side, but again, you can switch. So, but that's really a very clever mechanic. Also cool that you can change, actually. Then we have the Orion Republic, progenitors, really a ton of races that you can play here. Race is really a bad term. Civilization that you can play. Galactic Confederation, where have we seen those before? But again, they all come with 2 sides, so you can also play whatever, Alliance of Light. Maybe on the other side it's the Alliance of Darkness. Exactly, that's the case. So really very nicely, and really comes with a lot of stuff. I believe 17 galactic or star people, galactic civilizations here. So again, replayability seems to be a big deal. We have the Greys on the good side, and we're pretty much friendly. These are basically the standard average alien abductors, it seems. Yeah, the felines here, of course, I think they are part of the solo rules, right? They cover the solo rules, if I recall that correctly. Cosmic Mayans, they all come with also some special powers, of course. Again, then it's a lot of these discs because they come in 2 languages, basically. So these are not all individual star races or star civilizations, or you will want to put that. Dracos here, these are basically only the German versions of the game. Really something I do appreciate, a big deal actually, that they come in 2 languages, even for a game that's not so language independent, right? Here's really a lot of translations when you have to double a lot of these components. So definitely something that we can appreciate. And then we also come a little bit to the meat of the game. So really a ton more stuff actually, which you can which you're looking at here. First of all, these are our population track, and yes, they are dual layered. I mean, how cool is that? And these are really these nice plastic pieces where you can then later on plan your colonies and whatnot. Really, I do appreciate this a lot. These are the fleet markers, and yes, the back wasn't closed, it seems, and these are the ones where we have to glue stuff or things in together. And again, maybe let's look at these components a little bit later. Let's finish the unboxing, then I can maybe walk you through some of the, not really mechanics per se, but basically these are the different civilizations. So we have purple, we have green, and so on. In this, I think, let's call it basic version of the game. That's definitely an understatement because it looks pretty exclusive to me already. They all come with the same ship models here, but I also got the nice little ship model upgrade pack where each of those civilizations have different shaped ships here, for example. So we have the yellow ones, they have these, I don't know what those are, Star Destroyers here and whatnot. Yeah, definitely a nice flavor. I totally take that, and there are more enough in these bags here. These are simply some discs that you need to mark stuff. Here's another fleet marker which we might be using. These are some of these transparent discs. I think these you are using if your population is ever, or if you're blocked on one of the planets or so. It helps you to track some of your production capabilities. Player aids, quite a lot of those, but of course they have to be in 2 languages as well. Some dice. I think the dice are exclusively for the solo mode. Apart from that, the combat per se is pretty much predictable, right? I think this is completely deterministic combat. Of course, because you are also playing with hidden knowledge when you're using these fleet counters here, these ship counters. But after that, once you have revealed, the combat is really deterministic. So a lot of folks who I play these games with, they prefer more deterministic combat over rolling some dice. But this is basically something that you use for the solo mode in order to determine what the AI is going to do. Definitely nice. And it seems to be relatively straightforward and easy to follow. These things here, these are fleet holders. So let's simply imagine that you are dealing with a relatively large fleet of, let's say, I don't know, 6 of these discs here. Normally when they are here, they're pretty, I mean, they stick together pretty nicely, but the stack can get higher, so they have provided these little fleet holders here, which you can now easily move around. They look a pretty, I don't know, they look strange, but once you, I think, start using those, they definitely kind of make sense. And I'm really wondering where those are with typical war games, actually, helping to move your doom stacks around. But yeah, those are those. And I also got, I think, some more here. Yeah, maybe I need them. I think maybe in a 5-6 player game, this might be a thing. For a solo mode, not so much, I guess. And yeah, obviously, I haven't played the game yet. It's completely, in its box, as you see, some cubes, some bags. I always appreciate some bags. These are the technology tracks for the different factions. They're all the same, so there are no differences, so there are no asymmetric technologies here. Everything that's kind of asymmetric really comes with those star people charge. Apart from that, the technologies are all the same. Everyone has the same tech tree. You only need to see how advanced they are in each of those technologies. So we have military, you have spirituality, which is pretty cool in this game, and it's also being described in this little background book here, how this works in this game. We have the propulsion, obviously how far you can move. We have robotics. This tells you how many ships you get to, or how many bonus ships you get to deploy every time you're taking a deployment action here. And then we have the genetics, which simply allows your civilization to grow much faster. And here on the right hand side, we see 5 different fleets. So each player has the same 5 fleets, which they can commission, but you can also power up those ships here with some counters, which are somewhere here on the left side of this huge, gigantic pile of components, which you can then lay over and make, let's say, a fleet A, which is an assault ship, more powerful, for example. So really nicely done. Yeah, also double-sided because they have to be in 2 languages. This is the Galactic board, which gives you the victory point tracker. I think in this case it's DP. I think this is destiny points, but it's in the end victory points. This is the round marker here. This is where you put the galactic story. You remember this little track I showed you earlier on, and then for each of these rounds you will see how you are scoring stuff. And again, this can look different each time you play. This would be the place for the galactic goal, and again, the combination of galactic story and the galactic goal is already providing you a lot of replayability. Then when you also put in the different star people into the mix, and there are more cards in this deck where you get some of these what are those domination cards, I believe, which give you also different kind of ways scoring some points. So I think with that, the replayability alone is pretty much endless. I would think. And then yes, of course, we have the game board, and yeah, guess what? It's also coming with a lot of these things. And in a solo game, you're only using 2 of those. I think in the 6-player game, this might be more or less all, I don't know. They're also dual-sided, so depending on your flavor, I think the A side comes with less of these anomalies here. Yeah, exactly, they have more of these spaces, which makes navigation a little bit more, let's call it trickier, but also can be somewhat rewarding. But yeah, those are also another way how you can, let's say, randomize the game experience each time you play the game. So again, with all these factors, again, replayability, I guess, is pretty much endless. And yeah, that's basically more or less the components of Galactic Era. I'm really looking forward to give this a go. Originally, I was really planning on doing at least whatever a multiplayer game before I dive into this game, but now I'm really excited to give this one a go, and maybe I will go through a complete blind playthrough. Obviously, I will make a lot of goofs. I also will play completely subpar. I will make very poor decisions, but I think if you are following my channel, you are used to that anyway. But I'm very much looking forward to this game. It's not a sponsored video in any way. I just quote-unquote got the review copy here, which I'm really thankful for. But apart from that, it's basically up to me how I'm treating this game. And so far, I definitely do like what I'm seeing. I had 1 or 2 questions in respect to the solo rules. I think the multiplayer rules were pretty much clear, but I'm relatively certain I will sort this one out too. And yeah, I think with that being said, let's stop it here. I will really try, maybe I will unpunch everything right now to put it back into the box probably. It's not really an awful lot actually. There are some tokens in here, but then maybe I really should start preparing my solo playthrough rather sooner than later. So if you're interested, stay tuned. Let me know what you think. If you heard about this game, have you tried it solo? Can you recommend it? Something I should consider? For example, definitely do let me know. I mean, I have to start my Star People, my Galactic Civilization. That alone can make a huge difference. But maybe I'm relatively certain I will do that randomly anyway. But yeah, let me know what you think. A huge shout out to all of my patrons and channel members out there. You guys are truly amazing. And yeah, with that being said, hope to see you soon in one of my other videos. And until then, bye bye.